biggest Gaza refugee camp was targeted. Angelina Jolie has now slammed Israeli bombing in Gaza, saying Gaza now becoming a mass grave. She has said Gazans are collectively being punished, claiming that there should be a humanitarian ceasefire. Hollywood actress Angelina Jolie slamming Israel's air campaign in Gaza, calling it the deliberate bombing of a trapped population. She has put out a post slamming Israel for the same. Pradeep, Angelina Jolie is not just an actress, she's also served as a special envoy to the UN. She has slammed Israel in a post on Instagram where she says that there is deliberate bombing of a trapped population who have nowhere to flee.
See, Angelina Jolie has every right to say whatever she wants to say because she's a Hollywood actress. As you rightly said, she has also been envoyed to the United Nations and she had been breaking up issues in the past also. But one has to understand, because when the terrorists mingle with the population, it is not very easy for any of the security forces to differentiate between the two, because already Israel had been giving them ultimatum from day one, asking people to move from that area. But we have seen that how the Hamas terrorists, they had tried to prevent these people from moving out. They have raised several blockades. They played a role of an obstructionist. Because reason is that every person dying in Gaza is going to help Hamas more, because that way they will be able to raise UN cry, tell the world community that see how the Israelis are trying to target innocent unarmed civilians, because that way they are trying to justify their act of barbarism, what they committed on October 7th. This is where actually the world has to understand, because this is the war being fought also on the cyberspace, where everybody is trying to give a spin to their narrative, and they want their narrative to be the dominant one and something that is bought by the world community, because they have to understand that they are doing it deliberately, because Israel is trying its level best to fight a war against Hamas, because they had made it clear from the day one this is not a fight against Palestinians. They do not want the Palestinians to lose their lives. But unfortunately, Hamas people have got most of their command and control centers being run from the hospital basement, run from the mosques, run from the schools. So in such a situation, it really gets very difficult. And also when you have those labyrinth of subterranean burrows where they're hiding. Look at the situation here in Israel, because I've been moving from length and breadth of Israel for the last few weeks. I've seen that how they have created safe shelter for the people here. And if you look at the Gaza territory that is being controlled by Hamas, there are terror tunnels which is to save Hamas terrorists, while the people are left out to fend for themselves. So here the people have to understand, because it becomes very easy while sitting in the ivory towers, sitting in the drawing room and commenting and tweeting about things, but one need to come on spot, because we have seen how this ecosystem of terror is operating. On several occasions, whenever India has tried to act against terror, there had always been the gang that has been asking for the proof. A similar kind of a situation I find here too. People had been asking for the proof, that you just give us the proof that how many children were beheaded, whether they were beheaded or not beheaded. So in such a situation, you can very well understand how this ecosystem is really working, that how in Dagestan people just entered in the landing space, they were trying to check those passports, trying to find out. So what started as a Gaza protest got converted into anti-Semitism protest, and this is a hate protest.
Yes, and we're seeing that around the world. Many have raised an objection to it, Pradeep, but it's also important to ask, if Israel is being called out, why not also call out Hamas for using these innocent civilians as human shields? Pradeep, thank you for joining us with those details. We're slipping into a very short break here. We'll be right back.